of Medicine, University of California. We kindly invite you to be seated at the head table. Thank you, sir. Thank you, madam. And now we're ready to start the session. Every researcher is allocated 10 minutes for your presentation and followed by 5 minutes discussion after your presentation. Please be mindful of the time allocated and wish you all the best for your presentations to be done here. And I would like to invite the panel to take over the session. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much. So it's our pleasure to start this first session on drug prevention and early interventions. The theme is preventing the problem before it starts, innovative strategies for prevention and early intervention. And it's my pleasure to have Dr. Manuja Pereira, Senior Lecturer from the Faculty of Medicine, University of California with me. And we are well in time. I'm glad that we are able to start on time. So I will invite Dr. Manuja Pereira to introduce the first presentation, Abstract ID 02.
Okay, so the first presentation would be Study on Drug Abuse among University Students in Dhaka, Bangladesh, and possible support to reduce the increasing drug demand. Authors are Chanda Sanchoy, Hossein Musraf, and Chanda Shantanu. They are from several institutions, including Social Assistance and Rehabilitation for the Physically Vulnerable, Bangladesh.
Okay, they will be joining shortly. So can we move on to then the next abstract and its presentation? It is on understanding substance use initiation in Sri Lanka, a descriptive cross-sectional study among individuals enrolled in residential rehabilitation programs. Dharmaratna HHND, Jayamaha AR, Rajapaksa IH, Gunasekara C, Fernando N, and Miguda MKDL. They are from the varying faculties of nursing and KIU, Faculty of Graduate Studies, Faculty of Medicine, University of Ruona, Faculty of Medical Sciences, University of Sri Jagannathapura, and the Faculty of Allied Health Sciences, University of Sri Jagannathapura. Will the presenter for the third abstract?
If they are not here, shall we move to the next one to save time? Yeah? Okay. So, hope Abstract ID 4 is here. That's an online presentation, so they are logged in. Are they logged in? So we can, otherwise. Okay, so the presentation is The Cities as Co in the Dealing with Drugs, a South Asian Perspective. It's presented by Kaur Kavaldeep from Institute for Narcotic Studies and Analysis, New Delhi. Please hold on, the audio must be sorted out, I guess.
Tanang proceed team to present, please.
She is completing us. Maybe this is
Yes, can you please proceed?
A very good morning to all of you. I'm Kavaldeep Kaur from the Institute of Narcotic Studies and Analysis. It is a pleasure to be a part of this International Symposium on Drug-Related Studies 2024, particularly as I have also been a part of the first international symposium that was held, I think, in 2022. My sincere thanks are to the organizing committee for facilitating these online presentations, which have presented an opportunity for many like me to be a part of this wholesome discussion on narcotics. My presentation today is on cities as core on dealing with drugs, a perspective. Will it be possible for me to share my slides, if I may? Hello? 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 Yes. Please. Just a moment, please. Are the slides visible?
Slides are not visible yet. Maybe you are sharing the screen sharing is not visible.
Of the city dwellers' priorities, how countries across the world are benefiting from this. Of the South Asian region set up in framing drug policies that are realistic, that are coherent, and that are compassionate. But for cities to effectively address drug-related issues and understanding of the implications of prohibition, harm reduction, and drug regulatory strategies is critical, as each of these frameworks influences public outcomes, crime rates, and community well-being in distinct ways. Cities are often limited in their ability to implement localized solutions to address specific drug challenges due to the restrictive legal frameworks in which they operate and which are imposed by the state and the federal governments. Nevertheless, local issues. Thank you so much.
Good morning again, everyone, and let me again acknowledge Secretary Sinamela.
The fourth slide, please. The fourth slide, if that is possible. Yes, thank you so much. So for cities to effectively address drug-related issues, an understanding of the implications of prohibition, harm reduction, and regulatory strategies is critical, as each framework influences public health outcomes, crime rates, and community well-beings in distinct ways. Cities are often limited in their ability to implement localized solutions to specific urban drug-related challenges because they operate within restrictive legal frameworks that are framed by the state or the federal governments. Nevertheless, local issues are prioritized, and we know how they impact positively from across Europe to North America and beyond. Be it the Frankfurt Way. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Slide number 5. Safe consumption spaces, as in Paris. Drug checking. Next slide, please. Slide 6. Drug checking services that are up and running during festivals in Berlin of Germany, Canberra, Australia. Slide number 7, please. Or in programs like Deep Corpus Abertos, which translates to with open arms, of Sao Paulo in Brazil. Cities have been drivers of change, adopting new and at that time controversial initiatives which were later hailed as significant in improving public health. So, which also demonstrated the efficiency of localized and compassionate approaches to drug policy. But cities again have varying powers, competencies, resources, and restrictive formal powers which can influence in shaping policies related to core issues like drug smuggling, trafficking, etc. Slide number 8, please. The dilemmas of urban geographies, the conjuncture between affluence and forward inequality have an impact on the nature of drug problems in the cities. Cities have to confront public nuisance which is generated by problematic consumption such as the presence of injecting drug users, risky behavior practices, and potent drug cultures such as RAV. These have been documented across several Asian cities from Dhaka, Delhi, Mumbai, Karachi, Colombo, Islamabad. The cities, however, are also places where there are a high concentration of intervention settings, which is available for drug using and at-risk population. And again, in these cities also exist a mix of responses which is aimed at addressing public health and ensuring the safety of the public. Most of these cities are also equipped with monitoring systems to monitor and describe drug problems. Slide number 9, please. So can we reconstruct and re-envision the impact of local approaches in the cities of our region? Are there models on the ground which can be adopted across the region? Slide number 10, please. It is possible that the capacities of the cities can be improved for innovations in drug policy, which can complement the adoption of drug control strategies at the national level. City-level responses, short-term, long-term, as information campaigns, prevention and harm reduction measures emphasize the importance of community-level partnerships in tackling drug problems, which are informed by local experience, adopted to local contexts and shaped by the participation of local actors. As such, they can echo or they can swerve from the concerns of the national strategy. So do we in the South Asian region have a model that can balance the need and interests of people with SUDs, substance use disorders, with those of the wider interests of the society in close cooperation with the law enforcement and quote-unquote zero tolerance for public nuisance? Slide number 11, please. In Sri Lanka's call for sustainable control with people's participation, in cooperation with district-level village defense committees of Mission Nishchay, which is operating in a border district of India, or in the most innovative guidelines to the local level on implementation of programs related to narcotic drugs and prevention and control of Nepal, which has delegated the designing and implementing of drug policy at the local level, the South Asian region is slowly gearing up for novelties in drug strategy. It will be particularly interesting to understand and to learn from Nepal's experience of delegating, of empowering the local bodies in terms of gains for public health, saved lives, and increased public safety. Over the years, the South Asian region has witnessed increasing amount of drug use, increasing inflow of drugs, emergence of novel psychoactive substances, more seizures, violence, and an overladen justice system. Why cities must become the foci or the core of the drug policy is because they are better placed to monitor and to respond promptly to specific drug challenges. Yet, nothing can and should be copy-pasted from one country to another. Yet there are definitely lessons that can be learned, that can be adapted to any context. We have the histories of cities, radical question on Canada, introduction of harm reduction initiatives, focusing on violence reduction strategies, welfare of inhabitants, building robust crime resilience, encouraging knowledge sharing and cities coalition. Cities have shown the way. And similar to cities across the globe, the cities of the South Asian region are also as much drivers of change in a number of ways related to development strategy that is buoyant and inclusive. This can particularly motivate healthier drug policy. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Kawaldeep Kaur from the Institute of Narcotic Studies and Analysis. That was a very interesting presentation on cities as vectors of experimentation and in fact can support by modeling certain things, as you pointed out, the models on the ground that you gave examples of, so that we can deal with the challenges and interventions needed. We can open this time up for a few questions from the floor very quickly, because I think we have consumed about 15 minutes for the first presentation. Is